Have we learned something new, or have we just passed this year just like year 2020? In this quick video, today I want to share with you top 10 things which I learned in year 2021. Let's go through these learnings. Now, these learnings are coming from my experiences which I had in year 2021. And one of the first learning is obvious, that is health is wealth. Well, I knew it past many years, right? We all know it. But do we really care about our health? What was happening with me in year 2019 and 20 was that I was focusing too much on my business, on my work. And when I say too much work, it means I was working 10 to 12 hours a day. And because of that hard work, a lot of times I used to miss the exercise. I used to miss out the workout. I used to miss out, you know, having good amount of water every day. And it started impacting my health as well. When COVID started, we could not conduct any physical sessions. So I started conducting online sessions. And because of which I had to, sit down for a quite number of hours every day. And because I was skipping my exercise, it started impacting my entire body, my entire health. But in year 2021, I realized that yes, you need to focus on your health because that is the biggest priority, that is the biggest asset that you have. Doesn't matter how much you grow in your life. If your health is not well, then you cannot enjoy your life at all. So this year, I started focusing a lot on my health. Started focusing on having a good amount of water every day. Started focusing on, doing daily exercise, daily workout, and it showed the results in myself. And I'm like fully energetic almost every day, as compared to the previous years where I was working hard, but there was no natural energy which was coming up. So for all the people who are compromising the health, do not compromise because it's not worth working hard if your health is getting compromised, right? Second thing which I learned is less is more. Yes, you heard it right. A lot of times we think that the more things we focus upon, the better results we will have. I used to think like that. But this year I realized that the less number of things that you focus upon, you are able to go deep into it and you can achieve the scalability in that. What do I mean by it? So, for example, I'm helping business owners on business automation, right? So, I've got one program which is called MBA, Master of Business Automation Program. Alongside with that, I could start training students. I could start training a couple of other, categories of, people. But this year, I wanted to focus only on business owners. I wanted to focus only on our 8 weeks of program through which we help business owners to automate. Now, the result has been we were able to create some golden content. We were able to build some great tools. We were able to build a great community of thousands of business owners who are learning and implementing and getting the results. I was able to record a lot of Achievers Club video where I'm taking interviews of my students and they're showcasing on how much implementation they have done. But otherwise, if I could not focus on just one thing, if I could have focused on 10 different things, I could not have achieved that much of scalability which we have achieved. This year, we were able to scale to 7 countries, right? And as compared to the last year, which is year 2020, our revenue rose to 3.5 times higher than the last year. So what I believe is that less is more. It means if you want to, work on something, do not get distracted by other opportunities. Focus on just one thing, one opportunity, right? And make it a goal. And when I say goal, you divide that goal into number of steps. What are the things which you require to achieve that goal? A lot of times when we create a goal, we keep wondering every day, how can I achieve it goal? How can I achieve this goal? Well, if you just focus on your goal, you cannot achieve it. You need to break down into number of steps. What are the things which I require in detail to make it happen? Now those steps needs to become your everyday goals. And if you focus on those steps, eventually your goal will be achieved, right? So less is more. Focus on only those core things which are important. Don't get distracted to a lot of other things. This year, a lot of new social media, channels also came into the picture. Like channels like Clubhouse was there, right? A lot of my friends told me, Keval, you need to also create your account on Clubhouse. I could create, but I did not want to dilute my focus, because it's very easy for you to start something, but when you start and you are not consistent with that, then you're not justifying, you're not able to do the justification with that platform, and you are able to, you're just adding one more thing in your bucket. But if you remove all the distraction and focus on just few things, then you can actually do the justice to that, you can actually scale those things. And that has been my mantra this year, and that is what I'm going to follow next year as well. Would you like to know what has been my third learnings? Now, if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you at least leave one comment on what has been your learning from this entire video. And if you're watching me right now on Facebook or other platforms, make sure you like and you share this video with your other friends as well, because my learnings could help somebody else. Now, the third learning has been this. What I've realized is that there is no limit to which you can learn and upgrade. It's a never ending thing. You can never, or you should never have a feeling that yes, I've learned a lot or I've upgraded a lot, because there is always a next level. And with this changing trends of technology, with the changing trends of the industries, I've realized that if you do not learn and upgrade consistently, your products or services will be outdated. So, as a business owner, if you're having any product or service, right, you need to learn what do you need to learn exactly. You need to learn on what are the new opportunities you have in your industry, and for that you need to listen to your customers. What are their more problems which you can solve? Can you innovate better? Can you add couple of more things in your products or services? This year, we included WhatsApp automation in our automation program. Now, past couple of years, students were asking us about adding few more modules, and this year we added that. But before we could add, we had to learn on how to use WhatsApp automation on in all departments, in marketing, sales, operation, and in your team management. So if you learn a lot, okay, you learned past last year, might have gone through some courses. Every year you should have a budget. So what I recommend to everybody is that whatever your salary you have in a year or your net profit, try to invest 5 to 10% of that on your learning and your employees learnings, because I believe that once you learn from somebody else's mistakes, their experience you capture within just few days or few months, and with that knowledge you can go faster than ever before, right? So either you learn from your own mistakes, or you add somebody other's mistake as well, so that increase your experience and you can go to the next level. So this has been my third learning, that there is never ending to this. You need to keep learning, you need to keep upgrading. And this is the best investment. When I say best investment, I mean, if I read few books, the knowledge that I have, I can implement and I can see the growth in my business. If I go through few courses, when I implement the learning, I definitely see the growth in my business, right? So at the end, these learning and upgradations are the best investment. The fourth takeaway has been that time is worth more than money. People say that time is money, time is money. This year I realized that time is not money. Time is like way higher, important than money. Well, yes, it depends on whose time we are talking about and whose money we are talking about. If you ask somebody, like if you ask a beggar who does not have a money to eat, okay, or to live, for him or her money is important, because he or she does not have any stability in his or her life. But if you're stable in your life, if you have a home, if you have enough food to eat, if you have a family, right, and you want to do something big, you want to grow, that is where it depends on how fast you want to grow. Because a lot of times we compromise on wasting our time on those activities which are not helping us grow. And though that time can be reduced once we invest some money on that. So money can be on some automation softwares which help you to work faster, or spend money on hiring some good employees, or you can spend money on go through some courses where you learn on how to do things and you are able to get the results. But a lot of times we compromise on spending that money, and we feel that okay, we have saved that money. No, you have wasted the time which actually could be saved. And the problem is that a lot of times we don't we try to think any requirement as the immediate requirement. Whatever we need today or tomorrow, we think only in that direction. We never think long term. What are the things which I would require in next 1 year, in next 2 years? If you start thinking long term, that's where you'll start understanding the value of your time, on how can you save more time to have better growth, right? So understand, wherever you get the opportunity to save time, start saving. And if you need some automation tools, if you need extra employees, see if you can invest in those areas, so that you can have extra time in your life which can be used efficiently and effectively. And it's not only your time, it's your employees time as well. Let's see what has been the fifth learning. Fifth learning has been that your success is in the hands of your customers. A lot of times we try to give something to the customers they don't even need. And you might have your own story, you might have your own version of success, but that does not mean that that story of yours will solve the problem of a customer. Customer does not care about your story, customer does not care about your product service. Customer cares about their problems. If you can solve it, they will fall in love with you. So my suggestion to all the people is that start talking to your existing customers. And this is something we realized in year 2021. I had a detailed call with a lot of my students, business owners who are going through our programs. And I asked them on, yes, you're going through our programs, you're going using these tools, right? And the feedback was good. However, I asked them, what extra do you want? What are the things which, if added, will give you better results? And one of the things, a few students said that Kewal, we are using these tools, results are great. However, our employees are not aligned with it much. If employees are also aligned or trained technically, then the tools that we give to them, they can use it efficiently, right? So that's where this year, by listening to the customers feedback, we started another training program where we are training the employees of the business owners who are in our program. But we could have never think of this if I could have not talked to few clients. So always listen to your customers' feedback, because in that feedback, you might have a golden opportunity. You might have a new product. You might get a new innovation, or you might find a gap in the market which you could fill and you could grow, right? So tell me, how has been these learnings? Are you learning something new? Right? Tell me quickly in the comment box. I'll share with you another five learnings. The first was health is wealth, less is more, learning and upgrading, time is worth more than money, and listening to your customers' feedback. Out of these five, what learnings do you follow in your life? Tell me quickly in the comment box. Now let's go to the sixth learning. Sixth learning I feel, which I've learned this year, is taking action is important than a perfect plan. While my entire life I have been an action taker. I never used to plan a lot of things, and I used to just quickly take the action. However, I have realized that there is a certain importance, quite certain importance, of creating a plan. However, this year I met a lot of my friends, a lot of students who were great planner, who used to plan a lot of things. Okay, they used to create their weekly plan, monthly plan, but when it comes to the results, they never used to get the results. I was in partnership with some associations as well. With them, I used to conduct some webinars, and I saw that those companies are also planning a lot of things, but the results are not coming. So what I saw, that the gap was between the planning and the massive action that they require. So this year, what has been is that from since January till December this month, every month I planned the entire month in advance with my team. But the good part is that we took the action on those plans, and because of which we were able to scale to 7 countries. We were able to launch another program called Google Workspace Mastery for employees training. We were able to introduce MBA 2.0 program, which includes WhatsApp automation. So a lot of things got achieved, right? Why? Because we kept taking action. So taking action is important than a perfect plan. And if you are planning something and not taking action, what will happen is that when you will take the action, you will find out that most of the things that you planned are not working according to the plan. So let me explain. It has happened with me as well and my team as well. We used to create a plan, okay, this is what we need to do this month. But when you start executing that, you start getting the feedback from that action and you need to improve your plan accordingly. But if you just keep creating the perfect plan and do not take the action, what will happen? You will get very less time to act, and you will not have any time for improvisation. And that's where you will not get the results. Right? So while planning is important, taking action on those plans are even more important. Right? What has been the second, seventh learning? So this has been my experience this year that your team is your most important asset. And this is even more important than your customers. Why? Because if you focus on your team, if you care about your teammates, your team will focus on your customers. Your team will take care of your customers. A lot of times we focus just on customers, but we ignore the importance of team. We ignore their dreams. We ignore to give them the recognition. We ignore to give them the salary increments. We ignore to give them the better experience on working in the company. We ignore on giving them the new learning opportunities. And what it results into, that your team also compromise on giving the best service to your clients. And at the end, your clients give you the feedback that you're not giving the good product or good service, right? And then you shout out your employees that why are you not working? But if you reverse it, instead of focusing on your customer, if you focus on your team, that are they happy working with you? Are they learning something new? Are they facing any challenge, or are they smoothly able to complete their targets? Whenever they make a mistake, are you shouting at them, or are you actually guiding them on how to avoid it next time? Any person who is really performing well, are you recognizing the efforts of that person? Are you celebrating the birthdays or anniversaries of your employees? Now, these small things actually build the culture of your company. And as they say, that culture eats breakfast, strategy has the breakfast. Doesn't matter how big strategies or plans you make. If the culture of your team is not good, then nothing can be achieved. This year, well, last year when COVID happened, we could not, so this year itself, till right now, I'm talking to you, we all are working from home. I'm sitting at my office. I've got a 20-seater office. And before COVID, my entire team used to sit with me in this physical office. But after it, because we are techie people, technology, so we are working in Google Workspace. So we are able to manage everything working from home. So while I'm in office, my entire team is working from home and giving even better results. But because of COVID, we could not meet physically, and there was no rewards, there was no recognition, there was no ceremony, there was no offsite. But this year, I took my entire team to Alwar. We booked up a beautiful palace in Alwar, and it was a 2 days full trip with a lot of fun, a lot of activities, and we recognize the efforts of the employees, give them the trophies as well, all the people, all the teammates who actually build the great results. And the result has been that our team is happier than before. And how can I see that? Because whenever I talk to my students, business owners, and ask them how has been the support, are you implementing something? And they're always fall short of words. They always appreciate that we have never seen such a dedicated support that we are getting from your company. So they ask me, Kewal, what is the secret? And I tell them, secret is you focus on your employees and your employees will focus on your customers, right? So this is the seventh learn. But what is the next eighth one? And that is that what is the best form of marketing? A lot of people ask me, Kewal, how do we run Facebook ad? How do we run YouTube ads? How do you, use the WhatsApp marketing to generate new inquiries? Well, all those things are important, right? Because That's where the automation comes into the picture. However, if I talk about the root, the core, the foundation of marketing, that is your customer success. If you're focusing on making your customer succeed in whatever way they're dealing with you, right, your customer will put all the efforts to give you new customers from his or her network. And this has been with us. We focused on giving the success to our students who were automating their business with us, and the result has been that our students started referring us here and there. So, as they say, the best marketing is word of mouth. But a lot of people don't understand on how word of mouth marketing works. So, I do not say best marketing is word of mouth. No. Word of mouth will happen only when your customers are happy, right? So, the best marketing is your customer success. You make your customer happy. When I say happy means whatever your delivery is committed with them, whatever your service committed with them, you complete it, right? So that your customer is satisfied with your service. That's it. That is your marketing. Your customer will spread the word about you. That is the best form of marketing. Because you might try a lot of solutions, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. But the true scalability, which I say exponential growth, comes only when your customers are behind you, they are advocating about your products or service, right? Ninth learning has been this, that you improve yourself rather than worrying too much about the competition. So many years back, I used to focus a lot on my competition, and I used to compromise on focusing on myself and my quality of working. And then I realized that when you focus on a lot on a competition, then you limit your vision. You are able to think only to that level, that okay, if your competition is doing this thing, you can only think to that level. And then if you are just competing with your competition, you can never exceed them. Why? Because you are always seeking out what they're doing, and they will do something and then you will copy it. So best way to grow is that you ignore your competition. Yes, it's good to learn from your competition, but the motivation should not be that if competition is doing something, you will have to do something like that. Okay. So my learning has been that you need to focus on yourself. You are there, your customer is there, your customer needs something, and you can give. Now you need to ask your customer, what do they need? How can you improve? What all things you can give to them to help them grow in their life? If you just focus on your customer, right, and whatever the problems are in your industry, if you're re-innovating your products or re-innovating your service to make it a better experience for your clients, then your competition does not matter, because your clients will talk about only your goods and services, because you are unique, you are solving the problems of your customers. So as they say that everybody should have a USP, unique selling proposition, right? So, what is a USP? USP means you are having that one unique way to serve your customers. And you discover your USP only when you talk to your clients, when you get to know that, okay, these are the problems that your customer has. And if you're able to create solutions to solve them, that becomes your USP, right? Do you want to know now the 10th, the last learning? Tell me how has been these learnings? Is it eye-opening? Awesome. Just quickly comment in the comment box what has been like your takeaway from this live video today. Let's check out the last one. The last one has been this: consistency beats everything else. Again, repeating, consistency beats everything else in the world. A lot of times we just wait for the perfection. How can I make it perfect? How can I make the best product in my business? How can I serve the best way to my customer? And in the weight of that perfection, we compromise on taking action. And because of which, our efforts are never consistent. And because of inconsistency, the rewards and the results that we get are also inconsistent. A lot of times it might happening in your life that a lot of times you're growing, but then a lot of times you're not able to grow, you're failing. A lot of times you're able to get more sales, but next couple of months your sales is absolutely like down the hill. Some days you're productive, some days you're not productive. Some days you are focusing on your products and you're building it, you're giving the great service, but a lot of times you are just distracted. My takeaway here is that you need to be consistent with whatever you're doing. Just the way I'm recording this video, I might not be the best in this, right? But if I just kept practicing, and then after 10 practice or 20 practice, if I had recorded it, it might not be natural. Right? And I had to just invest a lot of times on to just recording one thing. So what I've learned in my life is that you need to keep moving on. You need to keep completing the things and go to the next step. Because there is never, the perfection never exists in the world. And you know what is the best way to grow? It is the progress. You need to just keep progressing. You need to keep improving yourself every day, right? So this has been the biggest takeaway of mine in year 2021, that you need to be consistent. And because of this, this learning, we were able to release from MBA 1.0 to MBA 2.0 program, where we were consistently helping our students, but we were able to add a lot of new solutions to help our clients. So whatever business you are into, whatever professional life you are into, right? Just be consistent with whatever you're doing. If you're listening to some books, be consistent with that. If you're focusing on, if you're actually going to a gym, just be consistent in that, right? If you're following a diet, just be consistent in that. Because a lot of times we start something with full energy, but after that, time is. It should not be like that, right? So consistency beats intensity every time. And when I say consistent, you need to be consistent in your actions, and you will see big results coming up on your way. So, guys, this was my learning of year 2021. And if you want to revise it, you can just go through the entire video once again, right? It included health is wealth, less is more. All these learnings I have gone through, and I follow all these learnings in my day to day activity. And I'm improving. I'm sure you will also improve once you go through this video. Keep learning, keep automating, keep growing. Thank you. Take care. Bye.